welcome to Double Knitting. Twice the stitches.
Twice the fun.
I'm Sherry.
I'm Carrie.
And today is episode
5.
So welcome to episode 5. It is August 9th. August 9th.
Yeah, I know. I was saying that the other day when I was writing 7th. 7th already?
Yeah. So welcome to our episode. We've got a few things that are still on our needles, and I know I've got one finished object.
2 finished objects.
When we're working on it. So today we decided I have a Floodlight by Tanis Lavely.
So that's what you're wearing?
That is what I'm wearing.
Okay. And I'm wearing a Tanis Lavely as well, a Floodlight, which they may look a little different.
They do look a little different when you start using different techniques as far as like tension and different yarns.
And different way you wear them. You're wearing yours technically backwards.
So we can actually talk about, like, have you got the pattern?
Mm-hmm. We're right in it, aren't we?
We're right in it.
Great.
See if you can bring it up and hold it there. So it's Tanis Lavely. She's a Montreal designer. We seem to be. She also does that's the rocket tee, not the.
Oh, sorry. That's what you're working on.
That's what I'm working on.
Okay, sorry, bud. Let me get my things, my crap together. This is the Floodlight.
So it's a Floodlight by Tanis Lavely. She is a Montreal designer. Last summer, where I was getting back into knitting, I just wanted something that was simple. When Carrie made hers, she made hers with, like, it calls for the mohair and the light. Mm-hmm. I just wanted something a little more structured, without the changing, without the mohair. I wanted something that I could wear a little more casually. Mm-hmm. So
There's nothing casual about it, though.
I think it's a sweet t-shirt. I think it's lightweight. It depends on what you're using. I used a linen.
This was linen as well.
Is that linen as well?
But yours feels just a slight thinner than mine. But it might be just your gauge too.
Maybe. I think it might be the gauge.
Okay, so let's start with you first. Of what I think
the thing we need to show about the sweater itself is it is reversible. Yeah. So you can wear it.
Wait here, I'll tuck it in.
Yeah, you can wear it just with the smooth yoke on the front, or you can switch it around and wear it with the keyhole, because there's a keyhole in the front or the back. So you get to you get to really change up how you want it to look. I find when you put the keyhole on the front, it looks a little more casual.
But then it can be dressy too.
So there's a lot of things. I think it's
the way you want to wear it.
I think it's a great t-shirt, and it's a great wardrobe staple. I wanted mine to be in a gray. So this is Yarn Indulgence from New Brunswick, and it's their linen blend. I think
it's Linen Luxe. If I'm not mistaken.
Luxe might be. I didn't take note to the color.
See, now that we're doing this, we do take notes.
Now we're taking notes because we're getting a little more, this is what we need to provide and the information that's going to be asked. But so I do have to stand because mine's a little bit longer than Carrie's. And if you can see me, I have this really beautiful t-shirt on, a pair of casual shorts on, and a lovely pair of socks that I stole from Carrie because my feet are cold. Besides, you can't wear socks. I'm like, does anyone get slippers? I forgot my slippers at home.
Yeah, we're good. So mine is the same as Sherry's. It's the Tanis knit. It's the but I did mine just the way the pattern called for. Mohair in the yoke. You can probably see it. I've used.
I think it's pretty. That just subtle striping is beautiful.
Yeah. And the thing is, the increases are in where the fingering is, so it doesn't pull. But you can see the little...
But then, honestly, I like the increases, because I think it's a knit one front back. Yeah. But it adds a little bit of texture.
Yeah.
And a little bit of variation. I like it.
I think you see it more in mine for some reason. I don't know why.
It's here.
You don't see it as much. So I made mine with Leo and Roxy. It was their anniversary. They had linen dyed for their anniversary in like 3 colors. I bought a mint green, almost like the softest mint, and I made one. And then I bought the parchment because, well, I said, well, if I can make one, I can make 2. So I ordered them, but it was only an special edition. So this is parchment in the merino linen blend, and the mohairs as well from Leo and Roxy, and they're all in parchment.
Very, very.
Which is a basic color, which you can wear a lot. And I didn't realize that when I was putting it on this morning, I'm thinking, man, oh man, I didn't take this away with me on my cruise. It would be a real good one because you can wear it.
She's got we're getting to the point where I want to start re-wearing my sweaters because I don't have a large stash. Oh. She has
a little bit more than you.
I might have to start wearing yours.
True. Or shawls.
Okay, guys. I'm actually sitting here and I'm laughing.
Internally?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I am laughing internally. Every time you're talking to me, and you remind me of your wedding day. When she was getting married, her husband was so nervous, he kept looking at the priest and saying his vows, and she at one point went, "Gotta look at me."
So, because he was doing this. And look at the priest.
Well, now I need you to do the opposite. You love me. You gotta talk.
Look at them. Look at them. Okay, so also too, before we go on to our finished objects.
Oh yes. Do you like it? It's kind of cute. So a friend of mine that I work with, she has. Oh my gosh, she can do some beautiful, but she loves making signs. And anyways, I'm like, hey, do you think you could? And so this is what she came up with. And so now we have double knitting.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's great. Thank you for reminding me of that.
Well,
Lenore, who I work with, I don't know sure she's going to watch this, but anyways. Thank you. She's talented and I love her to death.
Yeah. And, okay, so also too, we may as well do it now. Shout out to our niece.
Oh, yes. Hi, Logan.
Hi, Logan, babe.
So Logan's not a knitter.
No, but she lives
away. She lives in
knitting. I don't know if she loves the knitting stuff, but she's going to be on the other thing. Yes, I do. Because she's scared to death that we're not going to give her no socks or something.
So she lives in Red Deer and Alberta. So she's quite a distance from us. And I'd like to think that when she's feeling a little lonely, she's going to put us on and we can talk to her. So anyways, love you, Logan.
Love you, Logan. Okay.
Although now she's like, when she's watching it, she's like, whatever that nettle is, I want it home. I want it.
You're not getting this one. That was
That was
a birthday gift from Kathy, because we keep talking about Kathy.
Our friend Kathy.
But Kathy gave me nettle and oh my God.
Nettle and
Numpkin. This is Numpkin. This is nettle.
Yeah. So she's seen it. She goes foolish over a Halloween and fall, and she's already kind of decorated for the fall. And I was like, put the pumpkins away. Put the pumpkins away is what I actually said to her, because this was in July.
Yeah.
So she's been kind of eyeballing stuff. Carrie showed a pair of socks last episode, and she's like, I love those socks. I want them.
They're not her size, so she's not getting
them.
Okay, so in regards to getting some finished objects, do you have a finished objects there?
I do. I do. So here's the funny thing. I have this always on my needles, so you will see it recurring.
Not every week.
Not every week, but you're going to see it kind of coming back here and there. It's like, oh, another sock for Steve. So it is a work sock made
by Briggs and Nicol.
And I think I did show it to you.
Yes, twice.
I know. It's made with the Duro Sport. I think I have this.
Do you want me to hold it up?
No, I did remember to put the tag in here. Oh, yes. So it's a Briggs & Little from New Brunswick. This is the Duro Sport. So there's Duro Sport, there's Heritage, and there's Tuffy. Tuffy and Duro Sport are the only two that have the nylon in it. Of course, the Tuffy is like a worsted weight. The Duro Sport is more of a sport weight, which my husband loves. So anyways, I made him a pair. He didn't wear them. Then he started wearing them. And then I made him another pair for Christmas. You know, like, what else are you going to put in there in his Christmas box? So I gave that to him, and then he started wearing only those 2 socks. And then I was doing the laundry, and where did I put the other one? Oh, here it is. I'm like, Steve, you got holes in these. Like, you've worn. He's like, well, I've been wearing the same 2 socks.
Yeah,
pairs of socks. So my friend Kathy, she has this amazing ability. It's hard to see, but I'll bring it into you. It's like a grafting. So she picks up and she almost knits
it's like a
patch over.
Yeah.
Some
and
people
probably will know that.
And so she was doing that. She's got the other one. She got one other that she's going to give to me. So he's going to have a fixed. There is a bit of a, you can feel it, but it's not that bad. It will wear it.
Wearing them.
So now he's got
me too as well. And they may feel for the first little while, and then your first washing, and then you're wearing them.
But the difference, feel that now that that's been washed a million times.
Look at this.
And then feel this when it hasn't been.
It's starchy.
You would think that this is rough and rugged, like, and rustic. And then
So I have a sweater quantity in this.
Carrie, you're going to love it. Does this really give you an idea?
Yeah. Well, I'm making a Lunenburg. I have a Lunenburg.
So anyways,
to do.
I had one completely done. And then I literally had, I think I was at this point.
Yeah. You gotta start marking them.
I know. I was at about this point, and I really worked on this the last 2 weeks, like up to finish it. So God love him. Now he's going to have 3 pairs of socks.
Well, then these are fixed. So then you might...
Yeah, so now he has...
At least that when you go to put the other one in, it's not going to be...
it might save a little bit. So there's that. And then because I have a rule, especially with these socks, because let's be honest, they're not as fun to knit with as cashmere or merino. They are a little more stiffer on the hands, and
so
they're just a work sock.
You do the moderation, right?
So I automatically make sure that I don't do a circular. I do traditional. I do the 4 needle.
But anyways, I get them on a 9-inch needle.
So
see, that's the difference between.
And I might put them on a 9-inch needle this time. Yeah, I got to go get them.
Do you need? What is it?
So
2 point.
I decided that I'm going to just.
What is the weight? The
2.75. So 2.7. 2.75.
Your shorty does have them.
I do.
Try them.
I think I want to do that.
Just keep them sure that they're tight. That's all.
Yeah. So but I'm probably just going to buy a fixed one. That way it'll always be in this bag.
Yeah.
But anyways, I decided to change up a little bit with the navy. There's only a few colors. I think there's oatmeal, which I might try next time. There's black. I don't think I'll ever really do the black, because as nice as it looks initially and you think it'll be rugged, it picks up all the...
Well, they used to have too.
The lint and everything, and I just don't want that. Plus, who wants to knit a whole...
Isn't there like a rose and a green?
There's a rose and that dark green.
Isn't there a lighter gray or a darker gray?
I want to say there's a lighter gray, but I love this one. This one's smoke.
Yeah.
But anyways, I got this on the needle, so there's always one going, so that, because his wife loves them. So anyways, that's kind of what I've got finished. But honestly, I kind of impressed myself.
Okay.
Because I was like, had the foot done.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was great.
Okay. Do you want to show your second one where you have 2 finished objects?
Yeah, I could.
And then I'll just...
Well, I don't have a finished object. It's just half finished.
Well, it is finished because the sock is finished. There's a mistake on your part.
So
this is classified as a finished object.
Look, I have one finish of the everyday sock in the wool and Wanderlust. I think it's Nova Scotia Blueberries.
Yes, it is.
And it has the heel tab, the flap and gusset, and then when you come, I don't know if you can see the texture. It has a slip one, knit one, and I've had to rip this back and that. So anyways, I finished that. So now I think in the second sock I'm about here.
Yeah. We're almost there like last week.
I think so.
Almost the same place last week.
I did do quite a bit of knitting. I finished that. Mm-hmm. I worked on my other 2 projects.
Sometimes you can do this.
I did pull my shoulder muscles, so that kind of... I had to be really careful.
If you are feeling pain, stop knitting, reassess.
So I had to kind of be really careful how much knitting I did. Yeah. So maybe it might
how the positions you are. Because sometimes if you're slipping in a recliner.
No, I was at work and I could just feel it all tightening up. So then I really played it safe. I'm learning that.
That's
the hard way.
No, it's the right way. You stop.
The right way, but I learned it the hard way, so
Okay.
now I'm very careful.
So are you finished with your finished objects?
So that's kind of what, and then of course, hopefully next week I'll be able to show you the complete finished pair.
So you know how we are vanilla people.
I love
Plain
vanilla.
as anything. We're not fancy. I have these ones. These are shorties. I do not know the colorway because it's a stash from years ago, but I think that it is biscotti. And Sherry, you can feel like a cashmere in that. You can feel like that feels like an 80-10-10.
That feels so good.
Do you know what I mean? So it's just shorties, 2x2 rib, about maybe 1.5 inches, an inch and a half of leg into the gusset, heel flap and gusset. So yeah, I have the two of them made.
Carrie,
these are mine.
I just have this weird fear.
Well,
I'm just gonna check to make sure that's recording.
no, I heard the bing bing.
Did it? Okay.
Yeah, the ding ding beforehand. Yes.
Okay.
Why did you have that fear?
I don't know.
Because it has happened
It's
before.
happened
Okay.
before.
So this is my finished object. So I got a full pair of socks. I can start putting them in my rotation.
Mhm.
They're on my needles
They're
for
cute.
long. Now, Mom comes downstairs and she'll probably take them, but
Yeah,
they're me.
she's got-
They're me sock.
She's got a drawer. And when I
She
say
does.
a drawer,
So do I. I
I
have a
don't
drawer, a full drawer, like a full-on pull out on the bed
we'll
bottom.
have to do a tour.
So
one of these
also
days.
last week I was telling you about the Summerly Volume 2 Cuff Club,
Mhm.
but it's for the side-eye tomatoes where I changed to AKA side-eye Gertie.
Side-eye Gertie. We
Okay.
met Gertie last week. Remember? That's the doll that goes on all the girls' trips. She's a little rough for wear, but she gets to see
the socks look rough to
Gertie's
wear, too.
adventures.
So I was here last week,
Maybe-
just above
Maybe you could call her Gertie's Adventure or something.
Yeah.
Name it.
So I was here last week, and I finished the foot completely, and of course, my whip is the same as that, but I've been doing that, and I got
But you had to rip it out.
I had to rip the second one out because of it was too tight right here on the eyes, and I said to Sherry, I said, Sherry, the eyes got me. Her eyes got me again.
It's
It was
the
just
colorworks are trickier.
well, it's 1, 2, 3,
Especially-
four colors in that one row.
yeah.
It almost made it like a wire feel. So I had to
So-
pull it out.
And then you're trying to get your foot down, and once your
Yeah.
foot is fine, but
Yeah,
it's
these
like
ones here seem to be, and I had done that. So I had done over the second one, ripped it back, and kind of that. So I'm progressing.
yeah, so
okay.
I think it's sweet.
So where else are you at?
Knitting.
Well, knitting.
So
No. That's I was thinking of. No, keep going.
yeah, I think we should probably get through our pretty quick.
Do your whips.
Whips. Oh, so my two main whips that's really I have been working on the test knit for 3 a.m. knitter Anne.
Mhm.
It is the sea glass fingerless gloves.
Mhm.
I've got all the color work done. I just have to tie in the ends and do the last thumb,
Yeah.
and then that test knit is done.
So how do you feel about it?
The fingerless gloves?
Mhm.
They're nice. They're a
Fingering weight.
they're
isn't it?
fingering weight, which
Yeah.
is nice, and they got
It's
a nice
color work. And
they got a longer. It's funny, years ago I really liked doing the stimulation of a color work, and now it's like,
Do you like color work?
I don't know.
I like color work.
I don't know. I used to really love it.
I like when you get right into it. You can
I
bite
guess
into
when
it.
you get right in, you start seeing the changing. But
one more row,
honestly,
row.
I'm not.
Sherry.
Honestly, I'm not enjoying the untangling of the yarn all the time.
There's a way of keeping it there.
There is. I haven't figured it out.
There's a button one where you put it to the button.
There's a way of figuring it out, but you know what? I didn't, but it was only a little bit of color work, like in the hand and that.
Yeah.
Sometimes
rolling off a
I'm not a lover,
rolling off a small ball.
and I should. I did. I only had a small ball.
Okay, but there is one where you can. Okay, I'll remember next time if the ones that you're gonna do it. I have little flat little plates that you roll on, and they hold.
Okay.
And so they don't unroll on
And,
you.
and it wasn't that I disliked it or didn't like it. I
Yeah.
just kind of realized I don't like the tangling of the
Don't
needles.
don't drop it yet.
No, I'm not saying I hate colorwork because I love the look of it. But I was just like, it was just a little tedious, maybe because it was on a smaller area and I hadn't done it in a while.
Okay.
So that might have been potential. I mean, I'm not a lover of fingerless gloves, so I'll definitely do something with them. But the fact that they were,
but they're beautifully done.
They are really nice,
pretty.
and of course the yarn is done with
I love
sweet
it.
stain of
I
mine.
love the of course you are doing the test knit, so I am seeing it.
But I will tell you.
But they're beautiful.
A test knit. I always wanted to do one, so I jumped at the opportunity to do it, and I'm glad I can do that for Anne. Although the time crunch, not the time crunch, but like I have to get this done, or I should get this done, has the potential of taking a little bit of the fun out of it. So I'm just going to be mindful.
Some people love
test knits.
And
maybe I'll get there.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy the knit. It was a very simple, honestly, it's a very simple knit that can be done very quickly. Yeah. I can't show it to you, so when we are able to, I remember when you said
I'm more of a beginner color worker.
Yes, right. And I think that was a really good way of judging the pattern.
Yeah,
because I'll tell you, even now, judging the pattern, I want to add some. I didn't realize how you automatically modify, because you're like, oh, if I just add a stitch here, it'll make it.
That's not what a test knit is.
That's not what a test knit is. So I did what I was supposed to do, and I just have to weigh the yarn. So yeah. Anyways, okay, we will show that to you.
So that was what you were working on, and what else were you working on? Let's rolls up.
Yeah. My Rockety.
Ooh.
So I did rip that back. I decided to rip it back.
And how is it looking now?
Good.
Because I really haven't seen you since then.
I've been doing, so even though I did hurt my shoulder a little bit, and I was working on the vertices and finishing up that sock, I can't say I did a really terrible job with it. So I ripped it back to here.
Oh, so I didn't have to do a lot. You did do a lot.
Well, I volunteered as a medic for the Canadian Little League Championships that's held here in Cape Breton every year in Glace Bay. Yeah. It's a big draw, and whoever wins on Wednesday, they're actually going to Arizona. I think it's Arizona, and it's going to be televised live on TSN. It's a big, and it's been years and years. And did you know that our cousin Douglas, of course, he was a colonel, a Glace Bay colonel, when they had the opening series. Anybody that was a player wore their thing and marched in, but I didn't see it.
Oh, that would have been great.
But I know nothing about baseball.
No.
Nothing about baseball, but my colleague is like, oh, Sherry, so I'm volunteering for that.
And you're volunteering yourself?
And then I kind of laughed. I said, so you automatically put my name in? She's like, oh, yeah, I've got us booked for a couple of things. So I got to go hang out with her. We got optimal seating. We were in the authorized section, right by because we had to see the field as well as the crowd. So we didn't have to like vie for good seats. We had them.
Did they know?
So I'm sitting there and I was like knitting. Okay, so somebody that knew her came and said, was talking to her, and then she's like, is this your mom?
This your mom? To you?
No way.
There's no way.
I looked at him. So normally I just go, whatever. I couldn't help it. I'm like, are you serious? Anyways, he goes,
because you're knitting.
But you know what he said? But you're knitting. I said, what? Young people can't knit?
Oh. Well, you should just say, little boy, come sit down.
That's what I said. Young people can't knit? And he went, well, he just fluffed a knitter's feathers. And I was just like, oh. Anyways, the beak started coming out. I was like, so.
But you did very well.
I did. I kind of got back to where
I like it.
So I think we're getting.
You're doing, Sherry, that looks way. I understand where you're coming from. I understand why you ripped it back.
I still have a seam, but I think you're still doing a circle, but it's definitely not.
No. Just let it ride.
And then I'm going to see what the block out does.
Why don't you try to do it like every fourth row and drop it down?
Yeah. Anyways, I'm not ripping it back. That's the way the life is going to be.
It's not. Sometimes you get in your groove and then you see at the end is better. So better is at your beginning.
I didn't mind. Yeah. I didn't mind ripping it out, to be honest with you. So
great job,
we're look.
The fact that you ripped it back, so you did from here to here again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I think
So
that's
I did get quite a bit of knitting done this week.
Yeah.
So that's still in my
So
bag.
thank you for the volunteering.
I'm actually doing another Wednesday is our championship game,
And you're watching that too?
Yeah.
The championship game.
I'm going and volunteering for the championship game.
Oh, hope there's nothing going on.
I get to wear a t-shirt and everything.
I hope. You're
I'm part of the team.
Yeah.
And the blues are the medics.
Yeah.
I don't know if that means anything.
And what else do you have on your needles there? Very quickly there. And move on.
Yeah, you're just moving along.
Yes, Sherry.
Oh, okay. I really can't wait to show you this. I've been working on my vertices tonight. I mean, I think
sock too.
What sock?
That sock.
Well, I'm working on the other one of this.
Yeah.
So we're here.
Okay.
And it'll
Perfect.
You're getting me all confused there, girl.
Well, no, you told me last time if something's not right, point it out to you.
Okay.
Did it. My job is done.
So my last works in progress. Oh, I love this. Remember I said I was just going to pick at it?
Yes.
I'm just going to pick at it.
You're going to pick at it, okay?
I'm just going to pick at it, and I'm going to, like, whenever it's finished.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been picking at it. So I did get quite a, you know what?
Ooh, look at that.
So, I started out with the first section. This one. The gray and the...
This one?
Yep.
Okay.
Then we
And it has the sparkles in it.
It does have, the gray has the sparkles in it.
Yeah.
When I block this out, I think that, but it might curl down and I'm all right with that. Then we did the second section. So that will stretch out like that.
Oh,
It's got some good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trust the process, Sherry. Trust the process.
Because everything else is going to pull it.
So then there's going to be an I-cord that goes all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is, of course, this is where I originally got my colorway. So now I'm at the point where I'm decreasing. Look how freaking nice that is.
That is absolutely beautiful.
Feel it. Carrie, do you know how amazing this drape is going to be?
Oh, it's going to be bigger than you think.
No, the bigger the better. The bigger the better. I want it to be a shawl.
And I'm like pulling on these lines, and there's some flexibility there. Like even this way.
Oh, we're getting good.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting good.
Yeah.
So,
oh my God, Sherry.
I am that excited. Okay. I did notice in the last episode, for some reason, I kept saying, okay, when you say fingering, Sherry, please say fingering weight. It just sounds a little X-rated.
Sherry, we weren't flagged or anything, so we're good.
And I kept saying, "Oh, I love garter stitch," and my friend kept saying to me, "Garter, I like garter, but I love stockinette stitch so much more." And I kept calling in 2 different times in the episode, I call it garter stitch.
The stockinette
stitch, and I was just like,
"There's 2 different."
Sometimes your brain goes, but anyways, sometimes I find the garter stitch.
Loving that.
So sometimes I find when you're doing the knit, it's kind of a little more rough. Because it's got that texture. But this is
you know what, Sherry? Can we whip this out right quick so I can just feel it, the whole thing?
Carrie, isn't this beautiful?
It is beautiful.
Isn't this beautiful?
It is.
So I think,
and then you're going to put the darker color, solid color. Like, oh yeah.
So I think on this edge is going to be that green
and
sage.
This color, another color.
Yeah, no, I think on this edge, and then on this edge, it's going to be the cream and the mocha in stripes. And then I think on the very end is where I bring a solid of the gray.
So this is finished.
This is just about finished.
So you won't have to do that color again.
No, but I might use this color to wrap it up.
Yeah, I think that's great. Loving it. Can't wait to see more progress on.
And it's been very, very, very potato chippy. It's a very each row is similar but the same. So you got to know if you're on your right side and your back side. Although I will tell you, I learned a Stephen West thing. So I was reading the pattern, and it told me that.
Doesn't he make you go very calm about it?
Yeah, apparently I was trying to be very structured, but
no, he says easy peasy.
Okay, so wait. Slow. I read and it said last row in that the green and the mocha on the outside, you had to join up the spaces or something.
Yes.
But it just said join up the spaces, and I was like, I don't know how to do that. So I Googled it. How does Stephen West join up the spaces? Oh, there's an actual technique of Stephen West that
do you want to post that? I think we can take.
Yeah, I think at the very end I'll do it.
Okay.
I think I'll do that because I did put it in my
when
notes.
you finish it, then you put all
yeah.
your... Okay.
So it made me go
Okay.
down to a little rabbit hole of a Stephen West how to slip this or join the spaces.
Okay.
There is a technique. I found a video from it, so I did it. But I kind of wish that they had it said use Stephen's, because then I would have known that there was a technique. But other than that, this pattern is so fun.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Okay.
It's so, oh, guys.
I was enjoying like this. I got to get back to slip extravaganza.
Guys,
and we'll get back in my thing.
Please consider, and you know what I was thinking too? The Vertices Unite would be really, really amazing. Scrap yarn. Could you imagine the color combinations that you could come up with? Like, they'd be epic. I mean, I know I'm saying in a color palette, but I'm just saying, you know how you can put your, oh, I think it would be beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. And
so really, that's kind of what I've been having. I mean, I know it's nothing like elaborate or new or whatever, but we're progressing. We're progressing. How about you?
Well, on my needles, literally, this is called it's magic sock. So can you pick up the one there for magic sock?
Sure thing.
It's just the magic sock.
I love how she says, "Can you do it?" And then she's doing it.
Yeah.
It's called the magic. So let me see if I can do this so you can see it.
It's called Magic Heel.
I'm hoping I got it right.
And who's in the other?
Magic Heel Sock.
By, who was it? Judy.
By Judy Jewel.
Okay. So it's made so that it doesn't affect the stripes, apparently, is how it was supposed to strap. But I mean, you can do it any socks. And it's also good gift giving because when you don't know somebody's, yes, when you don't really know their sock, you know, they may be 7.5, they may be 8. So what it is, you just do the 2x2 rib, go down. I always think I've used 68 stitches because I need to give a little bit of give, and then you start with the back side where it's half front, half back, and you just do a 2x2 rib for 4 inches with on one side just for the bottom, and then proceed on with your foot and that. So this is your heel. So there's really no heel. It's almost like a tube sock.
Oh, cool.
So you can kind of,
is it fingering or is it?
It's a fingering weight.
It looks deep.
But
looks thick. But that's definitely an 8. Is that an 80-20?
I don't think that is. What that is Nicol Mendez. Look at this one. I saved the tag. And it was in my stash, but it stuck it in. It's a Nicol Mendez, C. Mendez. It's a soft sock, 80-20. And it's called Christmas Ornaments. I got it in an Advent.
Where I got Christmas ornaments.
No,
but you know that new color everybody's doing, the pink and that.
So, I mean, you wear I wear them all year round, glittery or not, right? So these ones here could be a gift or they could be mine. I don't know.
Yeah, right? It's a great way, especially when you don't know the heel.
You don't know if it's 7.5 or 8 or 6.5 and 7. You know, you don't know. Sometimes this can actually make the difference. So I'm only on my first sock. I'm using a 9-inch.
Logan is probably like, "Hey,
you go a little bigger.
Go a little bit bigger. I can wear it.
I can wear it." I don't think she likes this color.
That's pink.
I don't think that's her color.
I'm not a stripe. I'm not.
Is that her color?
No.
But she'll say, "I'll take anything."
She likes to wear them in her cowboy boots.
Yeah. And I have. Okay, same thing. I'm in there. I've started this one here where I finished the other sock off and I've gotten down to the second sock of this. So I'm down into the heel. I'm ready to pick up the...
I think I'm going to try one of the socks in tandem someday.
Look, you know what? I probably think that would be a great idea. Especially something like this where you've got
it slows it down.
I think that it would work when you're doing your color work because you're doing your color work and you're doing your color work. And then you're over with. Because sometimes if you put it away for a day and then you pick it back up, sometimes your tension is different. Mm-hmm. And I'm finding that it's just slightly in this one, but I'm going with it right now.
I mean, I think when you do it in tandem, either on the same magic loop or 2 separate.
Tandem is separate.
Yeah.
Right?
So if you do them,
not 2 at a time.
I think it slows the process down, but the end result is you're finished your pair of socks at the same time.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is when you're doing, say you're doing one tandem and you're doing your color work, a band, right? Where I'm doing that. I should have probably done mine right behind it so my tension is the same.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you know what happens? You're going. Or I can go through the heel. I can turn this heel.
I can do the ink decreases.
But the hardest part is that second sock syndrome.
Yeah.
It's where you're like, oh, I have to custom the second one.
Okay, and then here, I'm going to get you to show this other one here.
Sure.
One more project.
I had to put my glasses on this morning because I can't see. Other times I can knit, no
yeah,
issues.
it's called Old Age.
So what am I doing here?
Okay, you're going to look for the, go back, just touch it up here. There you go. That one. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
The third one.
Which one?
The third one, Dad's sweater.
Oh, Dad's sweater.
Okay.
The number 255 Henley neck down pullover for men, which she has shown previously.
Okay. So I am making it in the wool of the Andes, in Knitpicks, in Onyx Heather.
How's your
How's your
rich yarn chicken going?
I'm gonna have to probably order a few more bills. So what I'm going to do?
Sorry, I did not tell you that it was there.
Okay, put that over there then.
Put it over where?
Oh no. Okay,
was
don't
like-
interrupt me.
I'll think skinny thoughts over here, but it ain't gonna work.
So I've been keeping it in my big blue mama.
I like it.
And I showed this last time, but I can keep it there, and it's a big enough project. I just like it.
It just makes you feel.
And as you can tell, the cat does not touch it. She's sitting next to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's just sticking by us today. So I got that much done.
Wow.
So I got 2 arms done down to the cuffs.
Wow.
And I stopped because I'm trying
This does feel good.
to.
I'm surprised, actually.
Yeah, I know it's Knitpicks, but Knitpicks makes some nice yarn.
You know what?
And it's reasonably priced for, say, like a gift giving or whatever. And I mean, would I wear this? 100%.
That says a lot.
And
And you're fussy.
and Dad. So I didn't try it on him lately, but what I did was I wanted to see how it pulled. Because I mean, when you're putting it on, and the neck's not on it, the neck's like to here, and you really can't get a good fit.
It's good.
So it may have shortened up his arms.
Mhm.
So right now I'm at the point where I'm to do the cuffs on his arms. So I left it there, and I'm going to use the rest of
when
the
you get him
yarn.
to try it on, you don't. If it's a Christmas gift, you don't want to do completely.
Well,
finished.
he knows he's getting
He
it.
knows, but at the same time, you don't want him to give him that full. This is the finished object feeling.
Right, and then so I said, well, I'll get down as far as I can, and then I'll judge how much. I know I need to buy yarn for the cuffs and the band.
Okay.
But I thought if I did the band up here, it would give me a better fit when I'm trying to try it on him.
Your lengths. Yeah.
Right, because things are laying flat and it's pulled in and whatever. So, I mean,
It's really nice.
the last 2 weeks I was only about to here
Wow.
on the, and I had one sleeve.
What's this?
Done. That was
You just like.
That was just the last night I was working on it.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I got done on the last night.
Okay.
Which was probably Tuesday. So I was down to one sleeve, and I was down to probably about here. Okay, so big. Down to about here. So I got this much done and a whole sleeve.
Awesome.
So it's still in progress. Loving the yarn, but I am playing yarn chicken. Because I have one ball in somewhat.
Awesome.
So I know that I'm going to have to order. And it may go into timeout.
Where are you going to order through?
Knitpicks. We're going to have to do that.
Through Knitpicks?
So I might look and see what else I would need or what I can
Or you
buy.
go to
I
the
know
knit- or you
that
can go to is it the Knitting Loft or the...
Knitpicks. It's knitpicks.com.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Knitpicks.
Okay.
So, and I mean, they're usually pretty quick for getting them back to us. Even in Canada, it's good.
What's
it's
the,
what it is.
Like the...
It's going to be what it is. I need the yarn. So it is what it is. Unfortunately, I was stupid that way. Yarn chicken. I guess everybody's been
When
in that
I
position.
ordered from Lion Brand to make my
Same thing, right?
Autumn
Yeah.
League, they
Mhm.
covered the whatever.
I don't know what they do, but
I mean, good luck. I mean, let's think positive thoughts, but it doesn't
Positive.
matter.
It is what it
It is
is.
what it is. And you
I need some yarn, and I need to finish this off because I can't go in and do a different yarn or a different kind of batch of a total different place. It's not like a striped sweater where it has.
You can budget.
I'm thinking that if it's because it's commercial and I do order it, I'm thinking that it could be slightly different, which dye lots do. But where I'm
with
doing
the commercial,
cuffs,
not as much as if it was like in indie dye, right?
Right. So I think I have a chance to salvage it
Okay, I think it's going to be
without
fine.
putting like a black on it.
No, I think it's going to be fine.
Okay. So
it's gonna be fine. So is that all the ones that you have on your needle? So it's
Whips
kind of the
are
same
done.
things.
you know, I'm trying to get that, but that may go into hibernation for a few months because I've got to get more yarn.
I actually washed my Autumn League.
Mm-hmm.
I threw it in the washing machine.
And
It was good.
turned out good.
Yeah, I was gonna throw it in the dryer for 10 minutes on air.
Yeah.
Then my dryer wouldn't turn on, so that was something I had figured out in that moment. So now I have it.
Maybe he was telling you not to do it.
I think that was the universe saying, "Do not
Don't
put
do
it
it.
in the." I think it would have been fine.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, I laid up. I think I laid it on the floor, and then it became its new home for because it happens in your bedroom. And I don't know if the cat smelled the perfume or whatever. Anyways, she I wasn't a fan, so I had to take care of it. So anyways, it's taken care of, and it's drying. It's drying, but I don't. When I laid it down,
bring it in here to try.
because I was trying to be creative, and so I laid it down, and this is pretty straight. It doesn't flare out, and that I think it's just gonna take a while to dry it.
Spinner Sherry.
It wasn't. I put it in the washing machine dry.
Okay.
On
I'll do
delicate.
that too. I mean, I do have the spinner for.
I thought it was, but I thought you know what? It didn't. It was. It looks good.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you know.
Yeah. Okay. So, any acquisitions?
I did. So
You
my dad had an appointment with the doctor this week, so I got to be the one tag your it because she was working. So I had to be out
It's called daddy duty.
Daddy duty. So I was on daddy
He's
duty.
so easy.
I know.
Isn't he easy like a babysitting job?
It is. So we went to his appointment. I did some knitting while we were waiting, and daddy duty is really great because you kind of get dad by yourself.
Yeah.
So then we were leaving, and it was a
Something about it.
beautiful summer day. Like it was a beautiful summer day, and I was all dressed up. I looked pretty good. and then we get in the car, and I was like, "So we going for lunch?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." So we went to a little local cafe. The lady that you gave those beautiful mittens to, we went to Luann. Oh, she had her hip replaced. We ran into her in the hospital.
I did see that on her post on her Facebook.
Yeah, I know we're getting a side. Anyways,
I knew
so
that she was doing well.
We ran into her on our way out of the hospital.
Okay.
Of course, Dad had to stop and chat with her. So when we got in the car, Dad goes, "Let's go to Luann's," because we went to her cafe. And what's really cool about it is the cafe is at the back of the building, and the front of the building happens to be Tracy's unrolling yarn shop. So I said, "Oh, Dad, this is perfect."
Did Dad go with you?
Oh yeah, double duty. So we had our lunch.
About going in the store where he was there. Probably, I think he walked through.
No, he said he was there before.
Because he was dropping off keys to us and stuff like that.
Okay, well, anyways,
when we worked there in that building. That's why.
No, he said he was there before in the knit yarn. I don't know when. I didn't question it. I don't think so either. But I didn't question him. Anyways, so we went in, and he looks. So here's the funny thing.
Maybe we're getting a gift.
He looks at this, like the walls of yarn, and he goes, "I know nothing about this." He said, "Now if we were in a parts store," he said, I'd be oohing and on.
Yeah,
his exact words. "I'd be oohing and on."
Yes.
And then he kind of like, so me and
Did
Tracy
you say
had
that they have more there. Than
I walked in, and she had a podcast on, and then she started laughing. She's like, "I just turned you guys off." So she's been sitting knitting with loud. I said, "You can turn us off. Sometimes we've got a lot to take." So, hi Tracy. So anyways, I went and I got just a little bit of acquisitions.
Okay. What did you get? Because I didn't do any shopping. I haven't been doing any shopping at all.
I want to make the antipodes.
Mm-hmm.
So the antipodes, I want to make instead of doing the.
Did you get enough yarn?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we looked at it.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So instead of
that would be my fear. I do have something in my stuff.
I also called Kathy, and she figured it all out because Kathy's my brain for this stuff.
Mathematics.
My math.
I also have 2 balls of spin cycle.
I didn't go with spin cycle. I decided to go with
I'll eventually do it.
Zauberball Crazy. It's made in Germany. She carries it there. She had a few. These are my color. So it doesn't have a number, a name. It has
it's a grade
233130. Anyways,
it's more
navies and
light dove grays.
Look at it. So then,
it's pretty.
I want to. Isn't it nice? Isn't that neat?
So
that's where it's gonna come through. Like
I have one of these, but they're in the red and the green.
Yeah, I didn't want the red
and I got it in a swap. with
So
one of
my friend Kathy has started the Antipodes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's got like the saddle,
I almost
the
wanted-
stripes.
oh.
Oh, it's nice. So, anyways, I think what I might do the main color for this. I'm really in love with sand from Polka Dot Creek, so I think I might order that this week. Sand is almost like a gray taupe thing.
It's not.
What?
It's more. It's a taupe. It's a sand. It's a taupe.
Well,
I will show you it in. I think I'm figuring NDK.
anyways,
Maybe just one ball.
anyways.
But I'll be able to put it next to
then
it.
I can be able to
show you.
text, so we can check it out. Anyways,
Guaranteed.
but this is what my
Well, that's why
color work.
See, I can go into my stash, my thing, and tell you what container it is
Yeah,
in,
we'll go look at that.
and show you the exact
Her
color.
stash. So we're gonna go compare the
Yeah,
color.
we
but
might do that.
one of this, we'll do it.
Just it takes me a bit to get things in place for that.
Yeah.
To do that.
So, anyways, I did the Zobber ball, which is I really like. I got a vision. I got a vision, and so
Yeah.
far my visions are doing pretty good.
Good.
I want to do magic loop, so I bought myself. These are 2 points.
You might find them difficult. I mean,
Just
a lot
listen,
of people use them.
How do you know?
Because I like chai glue, and I'm like,
I like chai glue. But anyways, we're gonna
The
do
join.
this. But
The
this is
join.
this is what Jen from Sashdown Diary
I
uses.
know.
Shut up. Listen. Don't be judging.
It's a preference, and
I know.
automatically I think, you know what? I've tried a bunch of stuff, and I've always landed back to chai
The
glue.
reason why I want to do this,
Okay.
I might order the chai goo fixed one. The reason why is I don't want to tie up my chai goo for magic loop. Like, you know what I mean? My set.
No.
I just don't want to do
No.
so. Anyways, we're gonna.
Sherry, buy an extra tip too,
I could, but anyways,
and you can always just buy an
And
extra
then-
cord.
and then I want to do the sabai, and so
Oh, Sabai.
okay, so I'm gonna.
I have it over. You gave it to me.
I did. So the sabai, I did cast it on. I'm gonna rip it out. Anyways, I went with Santa's Garden Lean.
Can I just interrupt you? I
Yes.
don't mean to do so. In regards to my sweater I wore last week, the Lila top, it is a top down. I was advised of that by one of the comments. And you know what? And when I got off here, I did look it up. I'm thinking, doesn't make sense. Because I remember I was saying, top down. Something was telling me that it wasn't. But I was like, yeah. I'm going with the day.
What you said.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
You had a moment.
I had a moment,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it is
where it popped in your head.
it is a top down, so it's very close to the. You do the one side, you do the back, and then you join them.
Okay.
Then you go up and then you adjust the stitch. That's why the seam was there. Sorry about that. It was beautiful knit. So it's a very combination of a sabai, which would be this one here.
Yeah, I can't wait.
So
So
this one's sport,
kind of sports DK.
but mine's fingering. So Sherry, you could use the fingering by not putting the ridges in.
That
You
makes
know.
sense. But
Okay.
here's the thing. So I'm
What
using
option?
I'm using the Santa's Garden.
Ooh,
It
the
is
white.
it's I thought white with denim.
Or
Denim. Or just white. Just a white
You
t-shirt
put a
kind
black
of thing.
pair of pants on, put a gray pair of pants on, put a blue pair of pants
Although
on.
I
Linen?
googled my coloring, and apparently I'm supposed to have more of a winter white
Yes.
for my coloring. But anyways, it is just I can't even read it.
Can I read it? You're
Yeah.
with glasses on.
I just took my glasses off.
What is it?
It's a cotton blend. Do I love it?
53.
It's
I don't
hard.
know.
It's really- It's a cotton blend.
Oh, I need my
But
phone.
here's the thing. It's all right. We're good because we're not.
No.
I haven't really started it anyways. It almost. I hate to say
I
this,
need to go get my phone.
but I feel like I'm knitting with dishcloth, like a limper dishcloth yarn.
People say that the plant-based ones are hard on the hands.
It's not hard on the hands. I just feel
but,
like
I
I just feel like I'm knitting a dishcloth.
Did you try sometimes using like the stainless steel? Sometimes.
I was using stainless steel. I haven't figured out the needles. Anyways, I also
You want to try the bamboo because I do have.
I
the
think I want the
tri-glue
bamboo, yeah.
You could try them, but I might have them on something.
I do have the bamboo in the Knitpicks.
Okay. Yes.
But
how are you finding that?
then when I cast it on, I had to because of the only needles. I only have so many cords in the set that I had, so I just had to play a little bit. But here's the thing:
You can borrow Kathy. Kathy has this.
Yeah, no, it's fine. And it's gonna, I had to,
You
to go the 4.
Did you do your gauge?
I did, but and it's a little, I need to go up, but I
wash
don't. Leave me alone.
Sherry, I'm trying to.
I know, but
solve
then
the problem
it's
here.
not, this is why I'm going to rip it out. I did the tubular cast on because the reason why I like the tubular cast on is I don't have to figure, shush, stop, why are you judging me?
Tubular cast on.
Yeah, no, they asked me to do a long tail thing. I'm all over the place
I
here.
don't do that.
They said to do the long tail, so I thought, oh, I'll knit it on. But then, because then I don't have to figure out, I know, and then, I don't like it.
Okay.
I feel
Did
like...
you try the one where you put one stitch on and then you knit and then you bring it up and you drop it on?
Yes, that's the one I used. And this is what I ended up with.
Oh.
And doesn't it look crappy?
Maybe long tail cast on is what they
when I get more on it, it will sit a little better. Anyways, we're gonna recast it on and try our best.
Try it with the bamboo.
I think I'm just struggling
because
a little
if you're
bit.
slipping, you're just saying.
I know. I'm frustrated with it.
I get that, but take some suggestions, buddy.
It's not even that. It's just cut me off.
Okay.
So I'm gonna rip it back and recast it on. Maybe I think no, stop. Exactly. I got it. So I'm gonna recast it on. I think it might just be getting used to the yarn itself. If that makes sense. I think it might be just...
You're not used to yarn, used to fingering weight yarn, or you're used to merino.
I want to like it. Maybe I'm not going to like it. We'll see. Stay tuned.
But so everything's fiddly at first.
Yeah. So anyways, that's what I did. I got 5 balls of this.
Okay.
So that I can kind of work on that and do that. And so I did some buying. And I'm going to probably buy some more yarn for the main color of the... Go with that cyber ball. Mm-hmm. But other than that... Oh, I do want to show you one thing. It's not a recent acquisition, although I did just take it out of the package.
Okay. Where'd you buy it from?
Amazon. Love it. Amazon.
That works. Some people hate Amazon though.
So it's Amazon, and it was, I think if I remember, it might have been like $42. But large. Medium. Hold on. I gotta move all this because I'm getting all over the place.
So large, medium.
Here's the other medium.
Make me hold them. I feel like they had a white.
Small.
Oh,
and these are like, there's 2.
Yeah.
Not just a 1.
Yeah.
So when you're blocking your socks, oh, and it gets better.
Okay, you hold them once. Whoopsies.
Utes.
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3.
Oh, wait.
Small, medium, large.
It's small, medium, and large. I just end up getting it all. It's like picking up literally, well, it's sock hangers. It's like sock hangers.
Yeah.
Anyways, that would be...
You want to shake them?
Yeah, that would be like your large youth.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh, it gets better. Medium youth.
So like a size...
So we'll be able to show you some really, even if we do baby socks.
Yeah, sometimes I just put them on the needles.
Look, and then small.
Well, they're just adorable anyways.
Anything miniature is freaking cute.
Well, because look.
That's cute. But anyways, all of this, for $42.
Oh, good job.
So that way, the reason why I wanted to go with this,
them here with
I will
me in my house,
so that when we're showing them,
I'll make a spot on the wall for them.
Yeah, because let's be honest, just in this example alone, I think it's a great investment. Just for drying, but also for showing.
I do not block my socks. But what I'll do is I'll put them on like a blocker like this, showing them, and they kind of land there for about a few days. And then when I take them off, they kind of have the shape. Yeah. So they really don't have... Now I would tie the ends in, and I would... Where I didn't really play with the yarn as much, like if this one has been lingering,
yeah,
I'll put them in a bath. Right. But I don't tend to block every pair of socks that I
the size that I would use for Steve, who's a size 9 foot, and one that I would use for a ladies 9 or even smaller, it would stretch it right out. Like it would. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I love the idea of being able to.
Because one, you know, where you don't want to stretch. Because if that's the case, then
Because why are we blocking it a bigger size when we don't need to? Just because that's all I have.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's the really big one.
Yeah.
And then you just honestly, I think it's a great investment. And it was like I think it was like $42. I might have gotten it last year.
I probably paid $20 for one pair.
And I seen that.
Yeah,
I seen that. But when I seen that there was literally.
But then you went, is there something not right with them?
No. Look at them.
But they are. There's nothing wrong with them. They're actually nice and sturdy.
Yeah, they are.
Mine are.
I did order one from Temu, and it was like that.
You know what?
That pressed wood.
The same.
You know the pressed wood that you adjust. That's a waste of your money. Don't waste your money because I did it. But these I really like. So
now, Sherry. With that being said, some people have them, or they're older, or they're some from a different company.
Yeah, no, the one that I got, I didn't like because it wouldn't. Once you separate
it, not the project itself or the item itself.
Well, once I separated, it wouldn't stay in its spot, and then it was catching in the yarn, and I was just like, so I threw it in the garbage right away. Like literally, I'm like, we're done. We're done.
Okay.
Anything interesting?
We have winners to announce.
We do. Although before we have a winners to announce, I do have a dream knit outside of my Sabai.
Okay.
I haven't sourced the yarn, although I think I might already have yarn for it because Carrie gave me an Advent.
24. I think it was 24.
It has a little bit of stellina in it, and it's.
Oh, the sock. You still have left over from the sock though. The actual. Remember you gave.
Yes.
Okay. Well, if the case is that could be used for if you need an edging or something.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, have you seen? It's
on his little.
In Ravelry, the mixtape. Look at that beauty. Yeah. I don't even like stripes, but look at this.
Okay, but go back, take it back out so that you can see the name. Like, come off that picture.
Yeah. How do I do that? Click. Okay, click that there.
Yeah, and now show that you can see that it's from
Woolen. So it's called Pine. Woolen Pine.
Oh, Woolen Pine. They're great with scrappy
look
yarns.
At that.
And their technique on a lot of their patterns are
so this is
impeccable.
Done. So I've been kind of looking into it.
Sherry, they did the oh my god.
Anyways,
they done the sea glass tee.
Oh, okay.
Please sea glass sweaters and stuff.
Oh, okay.
They're from the same
Woolen Pine. So this is to use up your scraps, but it's done in a different. It's done sideways and then joined up in the top. So it's got like a block here, which I think that's going to be my vibe because I'm menopausing and everything thickened up right here.
I have a lot of minis.
I think.
Let me see that. I didn't really take a look at that. I just loaded it down.
You can make it long and tuck it in.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That could be interesting.
I should have bought it when it was on sale, but it doesn't matter.
You know what? It is what it is.
I don't care. But that Advent that could probably match. Look at it. I think I have a feeling it's just going to go on the needles.
And Sherry has one with sparkles in it.
Yeah, I think and one is knitted like stockinette, and the next row is garter.
So you can actually.
So not only is it color changing, it's texture changing. This would be like a bag of potato chips.
Oh, 100%.
A bag of potato chips.
So we
do beautiful potato chips.
We could do a potato chip knit along.
Do you want to do it? Let's get our rocket tea done.
Yes.
Let's get our rocket tea done, and see where we are, and maybe for the fall,
maybe
you and I do want it in a tea because I think it would just be more. Oh.
Yeah, but see that's what happens.
Okay.
When you there you go.
Maybe we could do a knit along. Maybe if you guys are interested in knit along.
But I have a test knit to do. But
I know I'm not saying we're going to do it right now, but it might be something like
I need
October.
I was going to say I have to source some yarn.
Go to your
but I
cupboards.
got it.
But here's the thing. So maybe October we can kind of talk. We don't have to. But okay. If you're interested in doing a knit along with something like this to use up your scraps, because scraps.
Let us know.
We might be interested to
do a make along.
To do it. I've never done
a knit along.
I've never done a knit along.
Yeah, but it's almost like a test knit as time frame.
Well, we'll make it long time frame.
Okay.
Because it'll be hard. It'll be our knit along. It'll be our rules. Whatever we all come up with.
Okay.
My house, my rules. Dealer wins.
Dealer wins. Woohoo!
I think. Carrie, do you like it?
Yes, I do.
I think I love it. I see you wearing it with the golds and the fuchsias
Right,
and
like
that.
that.
And I want to do it with the more muted, moody.
But
colors.
then you put sparkles in that, so I don't understand
moody
that.
and sparkles.
Okay, let's see how
Moodies and sparkles.
Let's see how that works.
Okay, we have some winners because last week we reached over 1,000. I think we have 1,043, just if you want to be exact. Yeah, we're doing good. I'm so glad.
Us, right?
Like, we're enjoying the comments a lot. A lot. Like, I'm really enjoying
the interaction.
We're like, she's going in and answering, and I'm answering some of the questions that she thinks that I could answer better. She will leave it for me. But we try to keep up with it. It's
really good.
If you guys are feeling like friends, like, oh, did you? And we're having some really great conversations about it. But
and they're from everywhere.
Yes, I think. Please keep. Like, you know what? It's not about the comments or the algorithm. I really could care less. But we're really enjoying the comments. We really are.
So, we did pick 2 winners this time.
That you did them last time.
I did them just before we came on, just so it would make it easier instead of trying to all that. Remember, we will never.
We're not going to reach out
to you by any form other than this. And it's your responsibility to reach out back to us. In the show notes will be our contact, and it's through email.
Email would probably the best way.
doubleknittingpodcast@gmail.com. So there's 2 winners. They could be anywhere in the world. So the first one is
at Crafty Darls.
If this is you,
or lift it up, or
I hope I've got it right.
If that is you,
we do have it in our show notes as well. Crafty Darls.
Darls. At Crafty Darls.
Okay. So she commented, and she is one of our winners. So what you need to do for both winners is in your wish list. It makes it so much easier. So when you go into your favorites, there is
in Ravelry,
there is a favorite. Now, if you don't do Ravelry, we will work with you. But there is, like, when you click on your favorites and you go into your favorites, such as sweaters, whatever it is that you're going into. Or
I want to send them the everyday sock, but you don't have to.
No, if they don't pick that.
But if
they might say everyday sock, and they said, yes, I want that. There's a wish list.
I love it.
And you can just drop it over. And it's tagged as your wish.
Or you can click on add to wish list.
Yes. You can go just look at the pattern and hit the 3 little dots underneath the picture. And
add to wish list. Or add to library or add to wish list.
Yeah, but you can put it in both. So that's one. So that's Crafty Darls. Darls. So, and the next one is...
It is at Sherry, Sherry, how I spell it, Eckert, Eckert, 8292. Sherry Eckert. 8292. So those are our lucky
2 winners.
Subscriber appreciation recipients.
So we're trying to not use the word.
You know what? It is what it is.
Yeah. Also,
please reach out to us at doubleknittingpodcast@gmail.com.
And they are also
when you reach out to us, please provide us with your Ravelry username so that we can go in and confirm it,
because that's really pretty much what we need.
Yeah.
Also, too, they're going to be listed in the show notes, right at the top of the show notes of this episode. Episode 5. Yeah. So you'll be able to
joining
see
us
that.
for 5.
Thank you for all the other comments that we received. We really appreciate them. As Sherry said, we love interacting with that. Thank you for just being here with us. Thank you for, showing up, and we do appreciate you guys. And so, maybe there'll be another milestone where we can do this again. So, but enjoy your patterns, the ones who do choose to pick what they pick.
Yeah, and enjoy your knitting.
Yeah, enjoy your knitting.
So we'll see you in 2 weeks' time.